What is going on, everybody? It is Grande Avenue with Miguel Ortega in a testing kind of mood right now. So, if you can see the setup in the background, actually, my boy, my 9-year old, was doing he just started a new little YouTube show after a lot of consideration and a lot of safety chingaderas put in place. And so I have his little space thing in the background already and his little YouTube chair in the back. Acá. So I thought, hey, man, the lighting is already up and we've been testing all kinds of stuff to get Grande Avenue back on his feet. So I said, what the hell, man? Can't waste an opportunity, to upload a little update as to what's going on. So first of all, God dang, en serio, man. A lot of love to Danny Livas. Daniel Livas, El Danny man, my homeboy, my carnal from decades, decades ago. I met in the 90s doing all kinds of desmadre, good desmadre. We just ran a test earlier and my mic was horrible. I did it off a laptop and my audio was off y todo. It was crazy. But we have to do that just to kind of work out the kinks. And I couldn't figure out how to get, I was set for on another Google account, and couldn't really figure out how to upload to the Grande Avenue account. I got the podcast, software all going. So anyways, to make a long story short, we're good to go, man. So before we started, before we start doing interviews, before we start getting the show back up and running, just wanted just to first give you all kind of a lay of the land, como va todo, where we're at with everything and what to expect. And a little bit of an explanation as to a little description as to what other things I'm working on, because I'm out there through Substack, and TikTok, and also, of course, through YouTube with Grande Avenue. So, let's start with Grande Avenue. So, as you all may remember, a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, we had a big vision for Grande Avenue. We had basically, my vision was basically to do kind of like a George Lopez meets Conan O'Brien meets, I don't know, the Majority Report kind of deal. And so we did. I think we did some pretty good stuff. We produced some pretty good stuff. And then things happen. Life happens, and so we kind of put it in the back burner. And I think we're ready now to bring it back. Not so much like the variety show like that, like a talk show, but something like that. Okay. And luckily, we got Danny Livas, my buddy, who's agreed to be a producer for the show. Man, this guy, he's the kind of friend where you ask him for something, he's like, "Órale, man, cuando quieres?" It's like it reminds me of that little clip from The Town, when what's his face is Ben Affleck's character tells his buddy, "Hey man, I'm gonna go and hurt some people. I can't tell you who or what. You can't ask me why, but I need your help." And then the guy's response is like, "What car am I taking?" That's the kind of vato Danny is. Okay, and so he's going to be producing. He's going to be helping the show out and doing all that important behind the scenes work and the research and the production and the tech. That's totally his thing. But shout out to Danny. And plus it's his birthday, man. So coming up. So Danny, happy birthday. And so we're looking forward to maybe celebrating, if I can make it to his gathering on Monday, where we'll meet my buddy Scott Egan, who I've had on the Substack show, the West Side Populist. Anyways, okay, so Grande Avenue is in the making. We're going to interview people. We're going to have some fun. It's going to be more lighthearted. It's going to be Chicano themed. And we want to also incorporate somehow we want to incorporate the Barrio Hollywood Live gatherings in Hollywood. I haven't asked permissions. I had to ask permission to do that. I'm sure they'll be cool with it. Anyways, because we're right on Grande Avenue. Come on, the show's name is Grande Avenue. Come on. So yeah, so that's where we're at with Grande Avenue. Take the time to look at some of our old stuff. here on the YouTube channel. Go, check out the stuff, and you'll kind of see kind of the kind of fun stuff that we did. It's politics and satire, and it's really basically political theater. All right, that's Grande Avenue. Now the Substack that I'm working on is called the West Side Populist. That's more analytical, right? That's more like a political analysis. I'm also writing fiction. I'm also writing some memoir stuff, and current events, mostly national, some local stuff here in Tucson, and also national and international stuff. So that's the West Side Populist. And so on the West Side Populist, you could do some video podcasts as well. And lately we've been doing a show called some episodes called the West Side Insurgency with my buddy Scott Egan. So take a look for me on that. And then the TikTok, Barrio MC is my handle on TikTok. So check that out. And that's TikTok. I don't know. I mean, is TikTok. I'm talking a lot about community organizing. Definitely, I want to do that, trainings and commentary on community organizing, some national politics and that kind of stuff. But really, really, really focus a lot on the community organizing 101 principles. So that's TikTok. So did I cover everything? TikTok, Barrio MC, the West Side Populist, Grande Avenue. Am I missing anything? I think that's it, man. I think that's it. All right. So there you go. And as far as current events, it's interesting. I'll tell you one thing. And this is kind of like with the Grande Avenue. This is kind of related to Grande Avenue. I don't know if you guys saw, but just recently, I think it was like earlier this morning, maybe, or yesterday, El Presidente Anaranjado, the orange guy, had something really funny happened where it made me think that, man, somebody better run with this because it would make for incredible political theater. And that is that what happened was that he was being interviewed and all the reporters were kind of really close to him and had the microphones in his face. As he leaned in to hear a reporter, a mic with a fuzzy covering known as a dead cat, which can help muffle wind sound, knocked into his lip and cheek. The mic operator can be heard apologizing after bumping the president. And then he says something. He said, "She just made television tonight." The funny part of this is that, it's perfect for political commentary. And the way that I would take it, the way that I would work with it is juxtapose that incident with how other people get treated. In other words, take what happened to him with this fuzzy little microphone that just kind of brazed his chin and compare it to the full-fisted punch in the gut and in the face that his policies are giving to the working people. And so there's so many ways to use that incident, and make for how it makes for incredible content potential for artists. I can see Lalo Alcaraz doing a piece on it. I would be surprised if Lalo didn't do something with that. So here you have Trump, right? He's willing to fight the reporter that barely grazed his chin with a fluffy little microphone, okay, that just barely tickled his chin. He's willing to fight that reporter, okay, on behalf of his constituents. He will do everything he can to destroy the life of that reporter who accidentally grazed his chin. Yet there's Democrats, 10 Democrats, senators, who refuse to use their leverage in voting against the bill, the spending bill. Okay, and that's amazing to me, right? They're not willing to something that's so consequential, something that is so important to us. I mean, the constituents have been begging for Democrats to grow to grow a collective pair, right? Do something, fight back, use any kind of leverage possible. And here they had an actual opportunity to do that, right? But there was these senators that chose not to, led by Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, also Senator John Fetterman, which is no surprise, Catherine Cortez Masto of Nevada, Brian Schatz of Hawaii, Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois, Kristen Gillibrand of New York, Gary Peters of Michigan, Maggie Hassan of New Hampshire, Jenny Shannon of New Hampshire, too, from New Hampshire, and Angus King of Maine, who's an independent. So these guys, you know, they weren't willing to fight back against an actual attack against our working class of families. They were not willing to punch back as working families are being their Medicaid is being threatened, their jobs are being threatened, our education is being threatened, our health care, all those things are being threatened, and we should be punching back politically, right? And yet these senators did not allow for that opportunity. While Trump gets his chin barely grazed, and he's willing to fight the reporter who accidentally grazed his chin with a fluffy little microphone. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. And make that be funny. Make it funny. Use satire. Community organizers, artists, activists, writers, creatives, use that opportunity and make to tell the story of how that is so freaking ironic and sad and weird, and it should piss us all off. All right, so that's an example, and definitely there's going to be comedy there, and that would be a perfect opportunity. That's the kind of thing that we used to live for in Grande Avenue. It's like, what? That just happened? Let's make something out of it. Let's write something. Let's get a little satire. Let's get a little bit of comedy in there and make the political point. And that's what we want to do with Grande Avenue. We want to bring that back and do it. Okay? Órale. That's it. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. We're coming. Grande Avenue, coming at you. Danny, happy birthday. Okay? Al rato. Okay, guys. Al rato, okay? Don't let that tie squeeze the chicanismo out your brain. Paz y guerra.